Hold on. There we are. We're ready now. Had some change settings for some reason on my XSplit, so we're ready to go now. We are ready now. I don't know why I had settings changed on XSplit, so there's Carrie. Want to go live here real quick. I think we're at an exciting juncture, so I'm going to update everybody on what we're thinking. We got 20, so we're going to wait a minute. What's up, Marco? There's a wrench. Saturday night, 6 o'clock, 6:14 to be exact. Worked out. Got 6 hours sleep. Got some interesting chart formations. We got what? We got 400 people over in Discord now paying $40 a month. So shout out to all that. Got a good group over there. Hopefully keep the winners coming. What's up, Martin Max King? Digital Trip. Digital, you in our Discord? I wrenched you because you asked. Okay, we got 109 in here, so I feel great with 6 hours sleep. And a workout, working on the gun show. That's what I thought, Digital Trip. I wrenched it. So we got, all right, we got 109 in here, so let's, Bitcoin in front of us, 30-minute chart, just showing off the correction. I'll try to look at WTC. We throw on our Wyckoff stuff here. As everybody knows, we had buys all the way up. And we mentioned at 13.5 we were overbought. We gave a sell down here at 10.350. Same buy, nibbled down in here. So we caught the low here. We gave an all-out sell on short-term positions. I'm trying to mark these so everybody knows what we're doing. Good idea to go over lessons, Craig. So I gave a short-term sell up here on 100% of short-term positions. As everybody somewhat knows, hopefully I hold about 70% hodl because I think we're in a bull market. 30% we trade for PCG and also for the Discord. So I sold out at 11.8 to 11.9 on that spike. Came back down here, bought 10.850. Did get a nice rally off of that. Came back down, stopped me out for break even. Didn't like it getting that deep, but I stayed with ETC and Neo, Litecoin, etc. Because they had.
Show me the money.
What's up, Yadish? Appreciate it. So got a little deep there, kind of screwed up my short term. I did last night around 11,300, and this is Bittrex. I use different charts. You got to. Somewhere around 11,300, I said you had to nibble. And I just said to nibble around 11,100 just about 45 minutes ago, I guess. If you look at the software, hold on a second. The technometers, which is our proprietary Wyckoff indicators from WyckoffSMI.com that I own. You can see here, or you can't see it because it's knocked off the chart. Technometer's around 43, which is neutral. It did come down here oversold to give us the low at the 10.2, the level that we bought. So it's not oversold, but you can see the OP is still a little weak because if we bring in the 5-minute intraday data, this is what's keeping me friendly here. You can see that, again, my chart's cut off a little bit because I've been in a hurry. You can see volume at the bottom is coming down to new lows while price is holding. This is the 9,800 level and this is the 10.8 level. So it's holding above the 98 level, holding above the 10.8 level while selling's coming in. That is friendly. Same type of thing, Bitcoin USDT. These are both together. You can see here new lows on volume, so selling coming in, price much higher. And then also you can see if you look in here at the 10.8 level, this is where we bought, got stopped out. We're actually in just the last day and a half, new lows coming in on selling, while price is still holding here at 11.2. So I think that's bullish action. If you take these trades over time, you're going to be a winner. Hey, Lauren, need to wrench you. So I've got to be friendly here. So again, anybody that follows me knows that we're working off this Wyckoff buy. To be cute, and in Discord I did sell. I have bought back, so I've added some more value off this buy signal. If you're going to try to throw some Elliott wave on it, which is what I like to do, here's where I think we're at. We called the sell at 13.5, had an ABC down, picked the low here, and now I'd said we're working on an ABC up. So I sold what I thought was the A up. The B's been a little funky here. The B looks like this. What's up, Kim? So again, A, B, C down, A, B, C up. We did the A up. We sold that up here at 11.8. Came back here buying the 10.850. Bought this what I think is a 1-2. So I'm not really pushing this Elliott wave count. Everything, this is how I've been counting it. 5 waves up, a regular flat B. That's an ABC, ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This break here, I broadcasted my stops, so maybe that was my mistake. Maybe the whales came to get me. They did come down, try to go to new lows. But again, I think maybe we've done this leading diagonal. Once again, anybody that follows me knows I usually get all over this. And what that is, now we're going into the 5-minute chart. Leading diagonal, 5 waves up that overlap. I love this indicator. I love this pattern. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you have an ABC down. I like to look at that. What that really means is, as I've already showed you, big sell volume coming in, price is holding, because it can't be 5 waves not overlapped because there's so much selling coming in. So it's overlapping, but that still can be a leading diagonal. So let's go back to Bitcoin USD intraday. This is just going to be the 1 week. I'm trying to go in. Yeah, that was a mistake on me. I was trying to, I guess so many haters on Twitter saying I'm giving trades after the fact. I'd picked the low exact. So I was just trying to throw a stop in there. So I'll trade that a little different next time. So again, this is the same chart. Except it's on our software. So still heavy volume coming into the downside while price is trying to hold. Save that. Then let's go to the, I think the Bitcoin USDT is really even more special on that one. Let's bring that one up. What up, Taj? I've had a big year, so we'll keep it up. We'll figure it out. Bitcoin USDT. Again, this is really what I really want to show. There's a diagonal. Five waves up, overlapping. So while this happened, volume came in horribly to the downside. So if volume does turn up, this could get explosive to the upside. Again, you want to take these trades. This might be a loser, but these are trades you got to take. You got to have some type of program. You got to have some type of plan. My plan's trading the Wyckoff method with the OP force and technometer. But if I'm saying it could be explosive, it is explosive because it could be, again, back to the LA Wave roadmap. ABC down, ABC up, and on the C up, we could have done a 1-2. So we're ready for a move 3, 4, 5 up to that 13 grand that I've been talking about. Get above 12.5, bring in some, probably this way 3, we get above there, mouse around, and then maybe still 13 or so. So that's my thought. That would mean we rally out here. We rally a quick 11.3 to 12.8. So risk reward is good here. You can really just try to stop it at the previous lows. We're still long classic. It hasn't done much. I had the buy and the sell on here. We had another buy then to get this back. It was really, I think it was around 780, 775. Don't hold me to that. Litecoin, same type of thing. We were buying down here on the dip, selling this rally, and trying to reestablish. I'm long some Litecoin with stops near these lows, is all I'm going to say. And then Neo, we were the big buyer down here, 1620 or so. We did give a sell when it was at 1797. And then we have re-entered this really around 1720. 1715, I think, is where all my fills are. I trade a private client group, so I trade millions of dollars for clients, 3% of their account balance. So I'm doing that as well, kind of behind the scenes. These markets are 24 hours a day, so it's kind of hard to trade. So there's the 3-minute Bitcoin to try to see if we can turn this thing around. So again, it's a low risk trade here to try to be long, I think. What up, James? I don't know. Next, so let's do a next. Not a lot of volume there. That's on Hit BTC. Maybe look at that another time. Well, somebody mentioned let's do WTC USD. Binance up 15%. Go out to the hourly. That's had a big run. I'd probably expect that to continue. Stay long the strong coins. KMD we will show because that was one that I think we even gave that live on air. We gave a buy on that at 135. We'd been long this, talking about using a stop on the downside here at 154. We gave a rebuy at 135, and we did run to a new high. We're back to $1.63. So caught that one. Mentioned that in Discord. I don't trade a lot of the small caps for private client groups, so I didn't have that one. Waves up 8%. Let's go out to the 4-hour. That one been in a downtrend after a big rally. I would probably be long that with a stop. Probably use a stop at $1.75. See if that one can continue. While we're here, we're going to go up and look at BAT. That's one that We talked about maybe trying to dig in here. On the 4 hour, we've talked about it being sideways, so that one maybe could try to dig in here, but not one of my favorite ones. BNB 32.58, still a hog, looking good. Cricket World Cup highlights. Thanks for getting rid of that. BTR. No, I did not get in that one. Ocean. TNT USD, we'll bring that one up real quick, up 15%. Everybody jumping on these ones that are popping out here. That's a nice quick run, a quick double. I don't know if that one's up on news, but I probably hold on, where'd the TNT go? That's the Walton, which looks good. TNT USD. There it is. I would think that's probably getting through these highs and being extra volatile, but I think that one would go higher. That's the one, that's the 4 hour. Let's go back to the daily. Get that out of there. That one looks like a jump and a backup, so I would think TNT can maybe lead us higher here while we're in this Bitcoin correction. Link, and I'm still along the precious metals, so I still like gold and silver here. We added onto that position, I think it was Thursday. Here's Link. That one looks like a pork blaster ready to maybe go higher again. That's been unbelievable on the upside. DGB. Ethereum, I think, is just going to follow Bitcoin. So if you trade Ethereum off my Bitcoin calls, I think you're all right. It has been a little bit weaker, as you can tell. So I would expect still some rally up here to 315 or something. Maybe get above the 325 high. For new people, we got, what, 725 people in here. I still think these are the buys off of the software on the way up. We had no real sells until an overbought technometer at 13.5. We're trying to play a big correction here. I think that was the first wave up. I do throw some LA Wave on top of my Wyckoff. So LA Wave, we've traded it perfectly on the way up. I think we're in some type of major sideways. So we could have a ride at 13,000. We could fall to 8 or 9. Theoretically, probably we'd go back to 13 or 14 and then come back down again 8 or 9. So we needed 3 months, probably 4 months of sideways. So we're trying to figure out how to trade that. If you zoom in, then we've been trying to trade it by an ABC down, and then we called the low here at 10.2, 10,000, 9,800, and I think we're doing an ABC back up. So I'm long here with the close stop, seeing if we can get that 13,000 print, get some bullish news or something, and then probably roll over again. And again, this is what all the buy signals that I've shown here, All the buys were based off an oversold technometer and a divergence between OP and price, which is volume and price. This buy actually only had an oversold technometer, not a divergence. I think that's because we are in the correction, as I'm saying. And then, hold on here. But then we do have the divergence, which I showed earlier in the broadcast. So if I had an oversold technometer, I'd be all over it. But a lot of selling, my price is holding. That's normally a bullish divergence. It is a bullish divergence. So we don't have an oversold technometer. Again, I think because we're in a correction. It fit nicely in that we're doing a B wave here, 1, 2, etc., and we're headed up one more time. So that's why I wanted to give that trade. NEO still on the charts. Looks good to me. NEO has had an oversold technometer. NEO could be off the lows, all-time lows, could be a 1, 2, and then we're still working on a 3 up, and we're working on a 4 here. So if we zero in on that, we could have had a 3, 4, and we're doing a 1, 2 here, so it could get explosive. If not, we've had an ABC down. We're doing an AB. We're going to get a run up here maybe to 1950 or something. But I think could maybe end up being even better than that. So we're 1685. Again, our last sell was around 1780, 90. It did collapse as soon as I gave the sell. Here's the problem is I gave a sell up here at 1797. You can see there was one red bar clear down to 1770 or so. So that was a little selling joining me. And then I was a buyer back down here at 1710, 17. Small losses on the renew buy because we're a little weak here than I expected. We were at 1740 a little bit ago. But I think we'll dig in here. If not, we'll take small losses again and look to buy a further break in Bitcoin. What's up, Gary? So let's see how NEO works. That's all I really got. I learned some Wyckoff, wyckoffsmi.com. $1,000 course if you want it. I'm the teacher when I have some time. LearnCrypto.io is a $299 course. If you're a member of the Discord, you get 20% off. If you want to get in the Discord, go to Learn Crypto. Go to the Patreon link. A lot of people keep it. It's also pinned to the top of my Twitter. So you can go here to the Patreon. It talks about it. Click at the bottom, become a Patreon member now. Here's actually the Patreon link. That's Learn Crypto, Patreon. Here's the actual Patreon link, lower right, $40 tier. And then we invite you into the Discord. So we got 400 people in there. What up, Gary? Yeah, we don't want you to black cloud that. So Discord I think is cool at 40 bucks. That's a pretty cheap Discord, I'm being told. Most people are higher. We do have an area, charts, stocks, cryptos, where all trades go of Nick and I's to keep it easy for you. Read the welcome area. And if you need to, you can search Nick and I on there and just bring up what we're saying. That we can stop in real quick, see what we're saying, if you don't want to look at 400 people's comments. On NEO stops, I mean, I've got some at 1610. That was kind of a random area. I'm not going to give a stop level on here. DM me and you'll get one. I mean, I really think if Bitcoin breaks the 10,850 level again, then we're probably headed down on everything. So I think that's a key level on Bitcoin again. And probably the alts are going to follow Bitcoin. So I'm going to run the outro. Who is Wyckoff? And any big action, I'll try to jump in here and update you again. Otherwise, have a good Saturday evening. Later.
Good afternoon. My name is Richard D. Wyckoff. Anyone who is interested in the stock, option, or commodity markets is most likely to find my life and teachings to be of great interest and value. I was born November 2nd, 1873. At the age of 15, I had my first job as a stock runner on Wall Street, and by age 25, I had opened my first brokerage firm. I was one of the pioneers in the study of the tape and included volume studies in all my market operations. This volume and its intraday studies is what set me apart from the rest of the market gurus. There was a point that my buy and sell following was so big that it became a powerful part of the daily market. It was at this time that I became known as one of the titans of technical analysis. But all along, my lifelong endeavor was to pass on my accumulated wisdom to others. With that in mind, in 1907 I created the Magazine of Wall Street. At its height, the Magazine of Wall Street had over 200,000 subscribers. That's over 200,000 investors who wanted my thoughts on the current market conditions and trends. Finally, in 1931, I decided to take all my knowledge that I had learned about the stock market and create the Richard D. Wyckoff course of stock market science and technique. I was able to create something that established a new standard of practice in the public stock market operations. I did not claim any monopoly of stock market knowledge, but up to that time, no one else seemed willing to be so frank in offering to the public the most intimate knowledge of the inner workings of the stock market. The good news is that even though I created the Wyckoff stock market course back in 1931, the course has been maintained and updated throughout the years and is available to you today. Over 90 years later, my course is still available for investors and traders that want to learn the secrets to the stock market and can be found right now at wyckoffsmi.com.